Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm having technical difficulties. Man, okay. For some reason, I'm getting a lag. You guys seeing a lag in any way? Anyway, can you hear me? Can you see me? What the shit? Well, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be. Nikki, Ron, how you doing? Scott. I'm probably gonna have to go grab my little cell phone because this is crap. That stuff is falling around me. Now I gotta remember where I put the phone. Here, I'm gonna get down. James, if I missed anybody, Randy, how you doing? Andrew, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, this is. Are you guys seeing? Am I shaky? What's the video like? The sound sounds okay. Real quick, if somebody could tell me. Hi, Nanette. Is it acceptable or no? What's the picture like? What's the video? What's the sound like? Maybe you can't even hear me. Maybe I'm just sitting there talking to myself. Yeah, see, I'm still with my hand held on the hat. What the shit? I might have to really piss my wife off and change carriers. Money in the swear jar. Did I cuss? So you must be listening, huh, Logan? Looking okay. I don't know. It's real raggedy, skippy on this end. I don't know. It's weird. It's not showing that the internet up in the corner. See, I can't even see my hand right now. Yeah, and I'm pointing the wrong way. Yeah, see. I don't see any problem. It's not showing that there's a problem with the internet there. Let me see what I've got down here. You know what it might be? It might be, yeah. Here it is. I know why. I got my whatchamacallit, surf, whatever it is. I forgot I was watching, I binged watched Sons of Anarchy. And I don't know why. I'm just saying it's looking okay. Let me give it a minute to drop out of that surfer mode. Let's see if I can completely take that out of there. And maybe it'll get better. And it's still showing. It's showing that I got crappy internet. Connection is unstable. If you're on Wi-Fi, try plugging into your router. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. But anyway, we'll leave it like that. It looks like it's fairly clear. You guys don't want it too clear there, right? So anyway, if I missed anybody signing in, good morning, everyone. Or at least good morning in my time. Let's see. What was I going? Oh, so bought a car. I don't know if anybody has gone through anything here in Thailand as far as having to buy a car for a daughter or, one of the kids or something. I've been looking. There was one that I probably should have bought, but I'm one of those firm believers that if it didn't go through, then it wasn't the right one to have. Um, I know that I tried to ask James questions in Chuck's live stream last night, which probably wasn't cool. So if you're lurking out there, Chuck, sorry about that. I didn't think about it till afterwards, but Daz kind of answered it and said that James had bought the Honda Jazz or something like that. I have a piggy bank. Wife gave me. I guess that's for change for her to cash in later. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. Um, so been looking the last few days. Her boss has a Suzuki Swift, which I've really liked since I've got here. I like the Suzukis. I think they're actually pretty good vehicles. Excuse me. So started looking at those. So I had my wife the day before yesterday call her boss to find out what year it is. I know that it's a one owner car, how many miles it has on it, or kilometers, and does it still run good, which I know it does. Everything about the car. She's had it. It's a 2012, and she's had it for obviously since new. 80,000 kilometers on it. Still runs good. She drives. It's an everyday. It's her mode of transportation back and forth. If I'm gonna try to catch up, I see that it's gorgeous here. How are you doing? If I missed you, Scott, Randy, okay. Hey, traveler, how you doing? It was really weird too. There was a guy in to get off subject again. There was a guy in Chuck's chat, and I forget the guy's name, and I almost said he should try to get a hold of you somehow. He was um, said he's been taking care of his wife for many many years, 40 years. She has MS, and he has trouble obviously traveling and blah blah blah. And I said, man, this sounds just like what Traveler's got going on. So anyway, I don't know if you go back in to Chuck's live stream that he did last night, you'll see the guy in there at a certain point in there if it perks your curiosity. But he did mention in there that it was 45 years he'd been taking care of his wife with MS. Now the video on my end is lagging and blurry. All right, I'm gonna go find. There's no reason to screw around with this. Give me 1 second, everybody, and let me go find. My iPhone 7. I'll be right back. Hang in there. Talk to one another, which I know you will. Okay, I just switched over. Let's see what happens here. Let me make sure that I'm on what I'm on here now. Okay, I am connected to that now. The little it still looks a little laggy to me, but the little deal that tells me let me go the right way. That tells me whether the son of a bitch is working. Oh, there I go back into my swear jar again. Mark's supposed to be in charge of that. I haven't seen him the last couple. So good morning to you, Mark, if you're watching and lurking. Ryan, good morning to you. You're fostering a new Great Dane. Wow. Her name is Kenya. 7 years old, a photo in our. Cool. We'll look it up. I like Great Danes. My wife's best friend, actually my nephew's mother, had a couple of them. Good dogs. All right, awkward silence. All right, so how is it now? Fairly decent. Unbelievable. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to at least try somebody else, man. I don't know what to do. I really the her boss, the big boss, and everybody at TOT, which I saw Tom when we did that meetup, and we talked about it again, and he thinks it's the best thing since sliced bread. I mean, his fiber is just fantastic and awesome, and you know, a million up and a million down. So I don't know what else to do. Cool, thanks, Randy. So now to get back on. Was he? Yeah, he was in the chat, and I can't remember the guy's name. I'm gonna say it was like over an hour in, just to give you a kind of a starting point. I almost asked him, if you see me in there, then that's about the time. I was there for a half hour or so, so you might catch it. I just thought immediately when the guy put that up there, I immediately thought of you, and said, "Isn't this interesting?" I bet you this guy in Traveler probably got a lot to talk about. But anyway, I should have said something to the guy, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to. I'd already asked James about the car and other crap that I felt kind of bad about afterwards. I'm sure Chuck doesn't give a rat's, but I didn't think about it till afterwards. Looks and sounds great. Okay, cool. Yeah, on the little iPhone 7, unbelievable, and that's NT also. So I don't understand, man. I just don't get it. I don't get it. They've went as far, and maybe um, maybe you guys know. Ryan might know if a couple of IT guys were here. They ended up setting up another. I don't have this thing plugged in. Plugged directly into the frickin' the wire that I put in the wall going up, testing and everything, straight into the box or whatever. No, they took that off. They put another box with the antennas, the four antennas. I don't router right here next to me, and I'm attached to that router, and I'm the only one that's on 5G gaming. I don't know. Go figure, right? So I don't know why they did that, but I'm going to talk to my wife today and just say, nothing against these guys. I think they're great. They're your family, but even family can screw things up, I guess. And it's still a little laggy here, and that's probably because I'm on the over the air here. But anyway, so to get back to a subject was, so I started looking into them. They aren't quite as expensive as I thought they were going to be. The 2012s, 13s, 11s, right around there with 80, 90, 70, 60,000 kilometers on them were around 290, 280. But that's, my wife said they could turn the mileage back, they could do this, they could do that. So we started searching with the guy that, her friend that actually rebuilt the motor in the Isuzu in the truck. So what happened was he said, yeah, I know somebody, they just bought a Fortuner, they didn't trade the car in, the blah, blah, blah. So it's right here, I'll show it to you. This is the car. It's a 2015 with 80,000 kilometers. They're on their way to get it right now. They wanted me to go, and I just did not want to. Nah, it looks like it is. I'm watching on the phone. No, it's jaggedy here too, Ryan. Um, so they left this morning. My wife took over, picked them up. I'm gonna drop my mother and father-in-law going along. The mechanics going along. It's about a 3-hour ride to where it is. Friends of his wife's, so it's like a family, one owner. Um, uh, Clean inside. I didn't show you the pictures and stuff. A clean car. 240,000 baht. So what is that? Does anybody know it? Today's exchange rate. What is that? 240,000. It's actually not, like I said, not as bad as divided by 34. $7,000. So, thinking about it, I'm thinking about in the States and stuff. That isn't. I always thought they were like triple or something. And even when I bought the Nissan, I mean, the wife bought that on, whatever we make payments. But anyway, I didn't think it was that bad. I tried to get a hold of James. I didn't really try to in the chat, in Chuck's chat last night, and Daz was the one that told me it was a Honda. But I don't know what year and how much he paid for it, but we'll see. So they're on their way there, just dropping them off at the bus station. Though my mother-in-law, father-in-law, they wanted to be part of getting it or whatever, and the mechanic are going to wherever it is, 3 hours away. They'll do that. My wife will exchange the money, and they'll drive it back. And then I told them I want them to fix everything on there if it needs struts or shocks or brakes or whatever. Take care of it. I want it perfect. It'll stay here. She's here now. Actually, she went with my wife. Today's her last day of getting her license. She's 20, so she's excited as hell, of course, to get a car. So my wife's first car was the truck. She told me at 20, 25, something like that. She was 25 years old. So they're excited, and then they'll have it there. I'm not real keen. We're gonna keep it here for a few months, and she can come back here and then drive it around and stuff a little bit, and then we'll drive it to Bangkok. I'm not real keen on her riding it around Bangkok. Let's see. Hey Andy, and I don't know if I missed a bunch of stuff. Let me know. Where's Uncle Craig? Was in that talk. Do you remember that guy last night, Craig? When I was telling Traveler, there was a guy in there that was talking about having to take care of his wife for 45 years. She had MS. Do you remember that? Because my mind's gone. Some people have a good mind. I was kidding with Craig a little bit about hurting himself opening up a bag of potato chips. But do you remember that? As a Hyundai. Yeah, I don't know. And you know what I liked about it too? Like almost a family car, one owner. She was an older lady, and her husband they just bought a Fortuner, and he died of cancer. Imagine that. And so she needed. They had 2 other cars, so now said I'm just going to keep the Fortuner and get rid of the other stuff. I think she just drives it around locally wherever she's at. I can't remember exactly where she's at. Yeah, I could tell you. I'll tell you right now, man. Since we're on that subject. Okay, I am on my phone, my iPhone 8. Here, let me take Randy's thing down. We're talking about internet. Okay, iPhone 8. Let me go to. I don't understand, and people could probably try to explain this frickin' bandwidth to me. But I mean, I'm supposed to be on a gaming 500 up, 500 down, which I was on 1,000 up and down. But he said the gaming one's better because the bandwidth is wider. That'll probably make sense to people like Ryan. Okay, so let me go to my little speed test deal here. And let me start test. And right now, let's see. I can unplug it. Not the. Now I'm not plugged in either. This is over the Wi-Fi 240, 246, and 405. So on the download 246, upload 405. So so it doesn't make sense to me. How do you get something like that and then not have not have good a good connection? I don't know. Somebody needs to. Thanks, Nick. Um, I crashed out and woke up. Yeah, I know it's because the dog constantly has to go. I appreciate it, Nick. Hey, hey, Paul, how you doing? What was the ping? The ping was slow. It looked like to me. All right, let me try it again. Start test. Ping 96. 96, Ryan. And that was on, and it looks like it's going to be about the same 284 and 396. So I don't know. It aggravates me because I mean it's not a lot of money, but I don't know. If I missed anybody again, I think I said hi to Andy, didn't I, Andy? I hope. But it just bugs me, man, because and people just rant and rave about how great the infrastructure and stuff here is in Thailand, which it is. I mean, look at all the stuff they're doing on the roads, but I mean, it's supposed to be like in the top 10 in the world in internet and stuff. Thailand, I don't know, I pulled that out my rear, but they're way up there, way above the U.S. and all that on internet, and I can't get fiber optic to my house or whatever it is, and can't get the thing to work correctly. I don't understand. I mean, the last night too, on my iPad, I'm trying to watch the last couple of episodes of Sons of Anarchy, and the thing says internet crap. Try again. Shut the thing off, put it back on. Still internet crap. Come over here and I could get on it on the laptop just barely. I don't know. I'm gonna aggravate the crap out of myself. Hey Ron, I don't know if I said hi to you. How are you? I know I saw you in. I was in Chuck's chat, and then I had to go do something. Then I came back, and I think that's when you had come in and went back out. So, did Uncle Craig? Did you answer the question about that guy? Do you remember the guy that was in there? Yeah, I know there are, but how come? How come I'm choppy? I don't understand, man. And that's on my. That's the 5 or whatever. Let me get back to the original deal here. It's a conspiracy. where did I miss that? I was looking around. They figure what? They figure a guy your age only needs an. Yeah, I know. You're probably right. And you know what the worst part about it is? Her big boss, guy really likes me. I mean, he had people over here sitting on my couch screwing with the router out there and all the wiring and stuff for 2-3 hours. And I mean, I never got billed for it or anything unless my wife paid it. But she said no. The big boss told the guys, "You give him whatever he wants, the best." Blah 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 blah. So, like I said, I think it's one of those which I've run in air conditioning for being in service for many years when I started in HVAC. It's one of those things where everything's working fine and you walk out the door and 20 minutes later they're calling you back saying their air conditioner's not working. You get back there, the thing's running great. It's some freaking a wire, a screw, a something that's a stupid thing. I don't think it's a major problem. Hey Daz, what's up? Maybe Daz probably, because you're lying about. Yeah, that's true too. Daz, do you remember? Is Traveler? Are you still here? Do you remember the guy in Chuck's chat last night that was? I don't know if you're familiar, Daz, if you're familiar with Traveler, but he has a wife that he's been taking care of for many, many years, and I believe she has MS. Am I right or wrong, Traveler? Let me know. But there was a guy in the chat, in Chuck's chat, that said, talking to that one guy, I think you blocked him a couple of times, the one that was from, I don't know where he was from, but you'll probably remember. That's it. I keep an eye out. Oh, okay. That's the name. I remember it now. So you got it. So you guys have connected before? A bad thing, a good thing? Let me know. So I won't mention anything ever if I ever see the guy. But yeah, that's definitely the name. Definitely the name. And I'm sure Daz probably remembers it. He has 37 years MS, Uncle Craig's saying. Yeah, since 1990. So you have you actually talked to this gentleman or communicated with him in some way on a channel or something? Hey, Stuck, what's up? I've never heard of him until you. Oh, really? Oh, okay. So you found him in the chat. Okay. Ah, see what happens when you get real old, traveler. Yeah, it seemed like it'd be an interesting guy to rap a little bit with, right? I would think anyway. Maybe you don't want to. I don't know. But anyway, you found his name, so if you do, I was going to mention something, and I'm going probably not my place to do so, so I didn't. Of course, it was probably not my place to ask James about his car buying experience in Chuck's live stream, but I did. Dad says he doesn't remember. No worries. I think we found it. Yeah, I found him in the chat. Okay, cool. Yeah, that was definitely the name. It once you put it up there, uh, it immediately rung all the bells. But just seemed interesting, you know. I didn't follow it too much, and I didn't ask him any questions like where he was from or anything like that. Oh, so anyway, so they're on their way to get this car. We'll see what it looks like. It'll be back here today unless he takes it and needs struts or anything like that. It's got 80,000, I think 85 or 87,000 kilometers on it. Um, One owner car. Definitely was a friend of his wife's where he's going mechanic to go pick it up. And I don't know, man. I wouldn't. It kind of reminds me of a little my little what was it? The Mini Cooper. Uh, Except mine was a two door, um, but I mean, I wouldn't mind having that as a my first car. You know, I could have won, but like I said, $247,000. I thought was cheap, but I know Daz is going to have to buy a bunch of them when the granddaughter gets home. You probably should start looking now. Should have reached out to Ron John. Me or somebody else? I'm trying. By the way, I have a new. Oh, cool, granddaughter. As of 7:56 this morning. Well, congratulations. Fine job. More good people brought into the world. Um, let's see. Dad says someone was bought my wife's Tucson from her brother in law for 150K. He asked for 200. It's 2011 in good condition. Yeah, I mean, she's just gonna run around from Bangkok, from drive her and Shushu from the apartment to school, which they spend 16, 20 baht each way, pretty much. So 40 baht a day, they'll save that. I mean, gas isn't much. It's only up the street, you know. Barely, the car's barely going to be warm by the time they get her, except in Thailand. But anyway, there and then maybe the macro or stuff like that. It's not going to be, a traveling vehicle or by any means. So, I think it'll be good. I mean, but that sounds good too. 150K. I was thinking 200 is what I wanted to spend. And then when I was looking at them, I'm going, well, that might not be feasible for something that's decent. Now, I could have got like a 2010 or 11, kind of beat the crap with 180,000 kilometers on it, not know nothing about the car. I figured for the extra, 40,000 baht, it was probably worth it to know it's a one owner car. The mechanic's wife and her are best friends. So I think it will. We'll see when it gets here, and I'll drive it. But they wanted me to go, and I'm going, oh man, I don't want to go. I'm horrible. Uh, I repeated it for Dave. You have to repeat a lot of things for me. You guys put up with a lot of my crap, especially when I start rambling and I'm talking to myself and I don't look over here. um, but it looks like good. I'll drive it for a little while. In fact, maybe I'll make a trip over to John TM and see everybody. I was thinking about almost asking Chuck last night if he was going to be around. I was thinking about blowing out on the Forza. I took it out, topped off the gas last night, and boy, that 40 freaking degrees and getting hit like it's like driving. It made me question on maybe do I want to ride to Tat Panome or not. But I think they're taking off and going to Chuck said in his video this morning, gonna take all the ladies over to Rayon. I'm imagining Daz will probably meet up with them there. Could be wrong, could just be a guess. But if he's coming within spitting distance of John TM, I'm imagining that Daz will go over and say hello. Don't like to travel. Yeah, I wouldn't either. My wife said absolutely not. I'm not accustomed to saying my wife told me I couldn't go, but I say it and quite proudly. Piss on all the people that think I'm, you know. Anyway, are you going? I know they're talking about going as a group to Vietnam, but I don't know when. That might be something I might want to check into. Let's see. Yeah, 4,300. Good luck finding a. Yeah, exactly. And I was on the other end going, and even because I'm kind of looking at, I might pick up a Dyna or something, just to get my little. I saw a couple of them that made me think of the good old days, and some ape hangers on a bagger. I think it was a Road King or something like that. They're fairly reasonable. They're 350, 400,000, which I I don't know why in my mind I got the idea that they were like 10 times the amount of money as anywhere else in the world. I don't know what got me on that, but that's the way I was. So I might do that too. I'm going to get a couple of toys. I decided to have a little bit of fun in my life. My wife isn't exactly going to dig it too much, but I can't make everybody happy all the time. I can make myself happy all the time. Oh, let me get a drink of this here. Thank you. And at 90 kilometers, yeah, that's what this one. I think it had 87. I'll show you just the interior. It isn't the top model, but it is the. I think it is the second model. There's it's 87,854. And it looks like it has the. I don't know if they're leather or simulated leather. Oop, what did I do? Wrong one. Let me see here. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'd have been ecstatic to have a vehicle like that when I was grown up. Well, mine was a '65 Chevy with with it was a 3-speed on the floor that was on the column, I think, at one time. I don't know for sure. I don't remember. And I think it was a small block Chevy, and I think I told you the story before. It had 6 non-fouling adapters on it because it used so much oil, and I was happy to drive that everywhere I went. I didn't have it that long. I had a lot of English cars. I had a Morris Minor and some other stuff at the time. So right after it, but that was my main ride. What I wanted was besides being on the biker side, I was also, although I did try surfing a couple of times. That was interesting. But the I like lowered cars, man. I like 64 Impalas and 62s, 63s, with hydraulics and shit. I'd like to have a bag car now, but I would imagine they're a fortune here. Again, I'm saying that, and I don't know, because like I said, the couple of Harleys that I was looking at, um, 2008, 2006 um, classics, or whatever. Not a top box on it, but side bags and a front fairing, um, 350 to 400. So, like I said, what is that? Let's try 400 divided by 34, 11,000. So, I mean, not crazy out of the ballpark. I bought the 2008 that I have in the States that I gave to my son that's still at my house that I sold to my nephew in Central California. There was a 2008 Dyna. I paid 12,000 for that off the showroom floor, and I think they're only like 13.5 now. They haven't changed much on that. That's their bottom of the line big board Harley is their Dyna, and they don't change it all that. Maybe it's 14, I don't know, but a couple thousand more. But that was from 2008 to now, so not completely. I was looking at the MG3 too. A couple of those we looked at, and I was also looking at the Mitsubishi. Something else is actually the cheapest as far as price wise for secondhand Mitsubishi. No, what was it? Was it a Mirage? I don't know. The little Mitsubishi is actually in that 2012, 13, 14, 15 year deal is about the cheapest out of them. They're all right in that 250 to 350 range, depending on. But again, like my wife said, I guess she said that I don't know if it was the mechanic that told her. I thought it was a pain in the ass to roll back a speedo on when it's digital, but she didn't seem to think so, and said they do it all the time. I guess here, so I guess that's why I went with the friend of the family. Is Bo here? Hey, Bo, how you doing? Glad you can make it. Hope if you guys aren't subscribed, please do me a favor and subscribe to Bo. Hope your husband is doing better. Bo's husband was in the hospital for a while in Bangkok and is recovering at home, and so give her a shout out and say hello. I put my 3 on the column on the floor and installed a floating rear so I could pop wheelies. I had a straight axle front end on my Nova with it had a 327 with crossover. I don't know if you remember the old crossover 4 barrels popping up out of the hood, and that used to pop wheelies all the time. And I think we were about the same age, right? We were in that era. I had that in high school. That was probably my hot rod side. I think it got 6 miles to the gallon or something like that. It was bored and stroked, and about all you could get out of a small block Chevrolet. And roller rockers on it too. Fun stuff when I was a kid. But see, I don't know where you grew up, Craig. I had all the big boys that could do all the work back in the day. We had Keith Black, we had Ed Pink, we had all the big time motor builders and everything were right in my backyard, my stomping grounds. It was a good time to grow up or be at that age, 16, 17, 18 years old. Had a lot of fun. And my panhead. I mainly rode my panhead. It was easier to get in and out of school because I never made it out of the 10th grade, but they pushed me up to the 12th grade so that I could be with my friends. So they pushed me up through. But in the last year, they went to a closed campus due drugs and weapons and stuff like that. So no one could get in and out except for me and my friends who knew the 400-pound retired police motor cop in there that was in charge of keeping everybody, the narc we called him. So I don't know if I told you that story about hanging with him, but that's probably for another channel. All of it. Some of it's okay. He just liked us. He was a little out there, but he liked us. Let's see. What did I miss? My first car cost $2 to cover sales tax. Had holes in the floor. Yeah, I think the '65 had a couple of holes in the trunk, and I think it had a couple of holes in the floorboard on the passenger side. On the driver's side, it wasn't horrible. But yeah, the good old days, you know. Yeah, that was when I had no money. That was like the first car, 16, 16 and a half. As we got up into high school, and everybody, I was built the Nova and all that because I had a need for speed, but wanted the 62 3 4 Impala slammed down with hydraulics and shit. I wanted that. Not that I got along with the lowriders. We had our beefs with them too, but I sure liked their rides, man. Pay for the member channel? What is it? What did I miss? Used to call it a Flintstone car. Oh, the car with no floorboards. Yeah, I had the Morris Minor was a trip because it was a two-door. It was missing the passenger seat, and the best thing about that car, I took that to parties and shit, is it had a crank. So at the end of the party, everybody's hammered. We're out in the front yard and laughing and having a good time, and I go over there and crank the thing up, and everybody's just down on their knees laughing. That was back in the day. They didn't even know what a Morris Minor was. All the people that I were all Chevy Fords, all hot rod and stuff. That was all the cars, man. We had all the cars. We had all of them. In my era, and 60, 67, 68, 69, 70s. Above 70s, stuff started to fall off and stuff, but all the Roadrunner, the Plymouth stuff. I mean, man, we had everything. So we had a bunch of fun, but and the worst part about it was, and I tried to talk to a couple of the lowriders guys that I knew that I liked, Mexican guys, and they, I'm going, man, you got these beautiful cars. You spent a fortune on the interior and the paint just out there. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous. And you got this piece of shit under the hood that barely runs. It's you got a V8 in there and it's running on 3 cylinders and popping and smoking, and put a few dollars in and do something with that motor. But I always wanted one. Never got one, but always wanted one. Let's see. I learned to drive. Did you in a Morris Minor? Yeah, I liked Morris. I had Morris Minors. I had 3 Metropolitan Nashes, 1 convertible, 2 hardtops, a 56, a 57, and a 59. My cousin still got them. I sold them to him 40 years ago or something. He still got them because I took we sold my mom's house when I went back to the States. I still had my car that I got from my wife when I bought her the Jeep, a 2008 Saturn Vue. Son of a bitch had been sitting there since before COVID. Okay, got there, didn't change the fuel, didn't do anything. The battery was completely gone. Pulled it out, got a new battery, put a battery in it, and the son of a bitch, that thing didn't start up, and drove about 12, 15 miles to my cousin's house, the one that has the Metropolitans, and he let me keep it there until I decide what, because it's 3 years out. I mean, I don't know if it's worth registering. It's a decent car, but he's got an awesome. We met him for breakfast after the celebration of life, and he's got a Woody truck, and he's got a Woody wagon that completely restored. and he drove that up there. And he told me, he said, you know, if you get rid of this and you come down, I've got 6, 7 cars, and he's got a couple of motorcycles. He said, you just take whatever you want. He's a good man, my cousin Sam. Good man. I had an MG midget. Yeah, on a rainy day, I could push. Yeah, exactly. I like the MGs too, man. And my cousin had one of the first ones. Somebody had built a, what is it? An Austin Healey, um, to compete with the Cobras. It had a two. It might have been a 327, an automatic transmission, and all that kind of stuff. He had that. I like the Austin Healey's. They're everything that we're talking about is like way out in left field now, price wise. But and even the smaller ones, what were they called? The Healey's, the smaller ones, the more reasonable, bug-eyed sprites, and stuff like that. I liked all those cars. Still to this day, I mean, if I could find right now, if I can't get a bagger of some sort, and I decide to go that way, I'd really like to buy something and redo it. But I don't think you could find even a 45. I'd do a 45 here, but you can't even get a hold of those anymore. A flathead, a knucklehead, a panhead, forget it. I mean, it's like, I don't know, even in the States, they're way out in left field. Yeah, I got a Woody talking about cars. That happens. We did, man. I mean, pretty much everybody in this around that is associated, affiliated, having fun, part of this channel. I think it's a collaboration of everybody that is in the chat and me. We had the best years, man. I mean, Logan's a little on the young side. He's the child of the crowd, but most everybody else, man. I mean, even if you were lagging and I'm 66, you're, 58, 60, whatever. I mean, you still had access to those reasonable Corvettes, 58, 59, 60 Corvettes, 60, 68, 67, 68, 69, 70 El Caminos. Yeah, sure. They had big blocks and a couple of those SS's. The Camaros, the Mustangs, all the Plymouth stuff. We had the best, man. I mean, no one can sit there and go, God, my 90s or my 80s car off the showroom floor was just awesome. There were a few, but not many. Everything back in the late 60s, early 70s was, that's when, after that, they went with all their stuff on smog and all that kind of crap. I guess save the environment, right? Oh, sounds like the kids are making breakfast. Yeah, 3000 was made in the same factory as the MG. Could be. My cousin, the same cousin, he was the one that got me into all these weird cars. He had what was the name of it? It was in, God, it was just on my tip of my tongue. Morgan. And the Morgan, they actually had one. My cousin, was special effects in NCIS. And the doctor had one in a couple episodes. They showed it. They were 4x4 or wooden framed cars. If you're not familiar with them, it was called a Morgan. Kind of like in that old MG, that kind of car, older, not the MGAs or whatever. Anyway, awesome car. He probably wishes he kept that. The only was an 80s Chevette. Yeah, we were lucky, man. Like I said, we had. I think we talked about it before. My friend had a '59, so I'm going, God, I'd like to get one of those. They're pretty cool. We were having fun driving around. I had a Mach 1 at the time, a 4-speed car, and I'm going. So we started looking at them, and I wanted the '58. It had basically the same as the '59, except it had stainless steel, 2 of them down the back on the hood, and pretty much the rest of it was pretty much the same. And I turned down. I mean, oh, I don't know, $1,200 is a lot of money. This thing needs a lot of work. I don't know how many in that $1,000 to $2,000 range that I looked at and said, nah, it's a little bit too much money. Crazy crap, man. We had the best cars and music. Yeah, music can't rule out the music. That's for sure, Trevor. We did. We had it all. My first car was a '59. That's what my buddy Steve's was, and he still got it. He sold it to a friend, and when he sold it to him when we were younger, he had kind of fixed it up, but this guy was going to restore it. And he said, when you do sell it, I'd like first chance of getting it back. And sure enough, 30 years ago, the guy said, yeah, I'm going to get rid of it. You want it? And he bought it. And now he ended up putting a crate motor in it. It wasn't the original motor anyway. Put a crate motor in it and discs all the way around, and he still rides it. That's my buddy that was the in charge of the sheriff's high any court case that had that was high whatever visibility or high deal. O.J. Simpson, the guy standing next to Judge Ito, the tall, thin guy with the short blonde hair. That's my buddy Steve. We played. In fact, I saw him. He came to my mom's celebration. We lived a half a block from each other growing up. The perfect cop, man. I mean, great sense of humor, just an all around good guy. But he still got it in his garage. Still married to the same gal that when me and him were coaching Little League, we coached our brothers at 18 we were, and the Little League hated us because we only lost one game. His brother pitched, my brother pitched, and all the 35-year-old fathers and stuff, they didn't dig getting beat by a couple of 18-year-old kids. Had a lot of fun. Same gal, still married to her. Great people, man. Unlucky. But yeah, music and cars for sure. Is Gator here? Are you up? There he is. He's up late, I think. At first you don't succeed. What did I miss? Just saying hi to everybody. Okay. But yeah, so on the car deal, in case you guys popped in later, this is what they're on the way to pick up is this car here. It's a friend of the family's, one owner, 2015 Suzuki Swift, and they're on a bus. The mechanic, the friend of the family, and my mother-in-law, my father-in-law are on their 3-hour trip to pick it up and bring it back here, and then I'll probably drive it for a little while, and then she'll drive it around. She's getting her license today. Today is her last day in the school. I think my wife said either today or tomorrow they'll take her over, walk her through everything, and she'll have her license. So that's what brought up most of the stuff on cars and stuff, in case anybody's popping in and just knowing. The original 283 and 3-speed transmission. Yeah, that was that's what he had, I think, in his. I know it was a 283, but I don't know. Was it a 3-speed? It might have been. I only drove it one time. It could be. I know it was a 283. That for sure. But I don't remember. But it wasn't the original motor. And I think he's got one of those stroker crate motors in it now. And like I said, disc brakes all the way around. Nice. Sits nice. Nice set of rims on it. Beautiful car. Beautiful car. Gator has dinner guests. He heard you mention rollback Speedo and wanted to know if that was what. Yeah, I don't know. And to get back to that, that's what my wife said. So I don't know. And it kind of makes sense. I mean, we were looking at some of them 2012, 2011 with 30,000 kilometers on it, and stuff like that. So it's very possible. But I thought that those digital, at least I remember when I was kids, the old style were easy to roll back. But I heard that, way back when, they said the digital ones were kind of a pain. Suzuki on MG platform, is that one? I like that Suzuki, man. I like those little. I had a. I almost thought about getting one here too, but they're just a little bit small for what I'm going to do, pulling the trailer and all that kind of stuff. Is a Suzuki. What are they called here? Starts with a C. What in the States? What are they called? Suzuki. The Suzuki little the tin box deal. I had one in uh, God, where was it? Cocoa Beach, 2015 when I went to Costa Rica. What are they? Somebody can reference Suzuki. What are they called? Man. Anyway, I thought about getting one of those, but I like those, and they make it. It seems like it's a. I don't know. Like I said, my wife's boss, she has a 2012 or 13, 80,000 kilometers on it, and it's an everyday driver, and she's had absolutely zero problems with it. If I would have probably the Nissan, that Note that I had the chance to buy with it was a 2020, and it only had 30,000 kilometers on it, and it was in Bangkok, and it was what 290, right at 300. So it's a little bit more, but 5 year newer than this one. But that or I would have probably went with like can't really go wrong with Honda or Toyota. I mean, they're good vehicles, but we'll see what happens. I don't want to. I definitely wanted to get her a decent car. For one, I wanted to. They have like 7 airbags in them. They're really, I guess, good from what I've been told. Uh, they're crash test stuff or whatever, and I don't want her to get hurt, and I don't want to get phone calls, every other day saying the brakes don't work, this one out, that one out, and it's an automatic, in case anybody's wondering. Let's see. Logan said, I don't think Suzuki makes any originally made the Suzuki Swift in the U.S. and the Geo Metro frame body engine. Yeah, the one I'm talking about. God, why is my mind? I forget that it starts with a C. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Suzuki. It's a little 4-wheel drive, um, uh, truckish, carish type deal. The Scions, no. I don't know. God, I can't believe my mind. Sometimes it scares me, man, a little bit. Here I am, 66. Had some friends already that have passed away that had dementia and stuff in their early 60s and have gone. So kind of scares me a little bit when I can't remember crap. Even though the doctor tells me it's semi-normal. In fact, I go see him tomorrow finally. So I'll go and get them because I hadn't went. It's probably been 5 months maybe or something. Because I went back to the U.S. and stuff. No, it's God, Samurai, Suzuki Samurai. God. Anyway, that they have a bunch up here with air conditioning. Some of them diesel, some of them petrol. They're a good little vehicle, man. I really like the same thing in Costa Rica. The cars were double, which I'm finding out they aren't really double here, but they're double there. Mind what mind? Yeah, exactly right. It, but stuff like that. But they call it something else here. They got a couple of. One of them is a truck style. It's got a bigger cab on it, but it's got a truck bed in the back. But the Samurai is what they call it in the U.S. anyway. But just would have been a perfect little 4-wheel drive. But I don't think it's got enough oomph to pull the trailer that I'm going to get. So we'll see. I'm still teetering back and forth. I've got to make a decision. I'm going to wait until my wife's going to get together with me. We have 2 things to do this weekend. That's get the T-shirts. I've got all the sizes and got everything down. Last chance, guys. I'll go to the community page one more time before we. I think we're going to do it Saturday. Because I told my wife I have to do it. I should have done it a week ago. Go to the community page, look up the size on there. You'll see what it is. I know Andrew. I think Andrew, are you still here, or did you float away? Uh, Andrew told me the size. I have to remember it. I think it was an XL or a 2XL. I think he said 42. I'll have to look at it. If you go to the community page, it'll show the chart there. It actually goes above 4XL. 4XL is a 50. It goes by two increments up to 8XL. So a 4XL is 50. It doesn't show it, but a 5XL would be a 52. A 6 would be a 54. A 7 would be a 56, and so on. So, but we can get them all the way up to 8XL. So if you want them, we'll do that. And I noticed that, oh, there's Andrew. What was it did you say, Andrew? I can't remember. That's why I'm telling people to put it on the community page. But I think you said, what did you tell me? Remind me again. Working up the motorcycle. About to head out. That's right, XL. Okay, cool. Yeah, Andrew got a, what is it? What is it called? The Royal Enfield 300 or something like that. God, I gotta cut this beard. Surprised that the internet. I should probably check the battery. Well, we still got 64. It's still not great, but it's better on this phone. But I think everybody's on there. Who's somebody just bought Camry's a good car too, a great car actually. I had when I went and spent the 2 years with my cousin towards the end of his life with the Lou Gehrig's. I had trucks and stuff, so he had a Camry, a newer one that he had bought, and I was driving that back and forth because I was staying with him 4 days a week and then going back up to my house in Northern California until he got so bad that I told him I can't feed you and I can't clean you and stuff. So when it gets to that point, I'm done. Said my goodbyes and went to Costa Rica. Classic 350. Oh, so it's a 350. Cool. I have to check it out. They make bigger ones too, right? I think. And then we were talking about it when I saw Andrew at the meetup. Great guy, by the way. If you guys get a chance to meet Andrew, I suggest it highly. But I think you said that they were making bigger bikes too, but they weren't making them in, because I had originally thought they were making them in India, but I think he said they changed that and they're making them someplace else. Did you get the Himalaya? I'm sure Andrew will answer. Tell we went over an hour. Imagine that. There wasn't too many people there. Were there other live streams this morning or something? Or are people just tired? Probably from sewing crown. They make a 411, a 500, and a 650. Well, I'll have to check it out. And where are they made now, Andrew? I know that you told me, again with my my brain, right? Hydrate yourself if you're in Thailand. But I don't know. I was looking. Let me see. Let me show you guys with the Facebook and let's see, like, that's a new one there. Let me see if I can pull this up, in case anybody's semi-ly interested. Let's see. See if I can do... Share screen. Yeah, it looks like I got a pretty good picture now. Yeah, this one. You can see this one here. This is a new one that just came out. This one is, not like the bars, 2002 Road King 369. Perfect. Perfect cruiser. Carbureted. I like that. Where's it at? Most of them are in and around Bangkok. Yeah, right above Bangkok. It doesn't look horrible. It's not a Bandito's bike, is it? I like the spokes. Perfect. Right there. Huh. Might have to try that one. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm going off the deep end, but there was a couple of them in here. Here's some of them are up there, 700 and stuff like that. But there are a few that here's an electric glide. What year is this one? Doesn't say. And it's got seat. Looks like it's injected. Might be a newer 2006 or something. But again, 379. So I don't know, man. I'm starting to get an itch in there. I don't know if that's if it's a good thing or maybe a totally bad thing. Maybe I don't need to be sitting on a Harley anymore. India and Thailand and Argentina. Okay, cool. And 155,000 baht for the chrome version. Other schemes are similar, but I think price just went up a few thousand baht recently. And I'm sure as they become more, well, I would imagine a lot of people will buy them just knowing that they're not made in India. I'd pay a little bit more knowing it was made in or assembled or whatever in Thailand. Nice looking. Would you work on the Harley yourself? Yeah, I would probably do that. Oil changes and stuff like that, they're not real difficult. Plus, if I did, there's a couple of big bike shops that I know here in Surin that the guys know me that I took the Forza to and the other bike, and I talked to them a bunch, and I would watch them. It's not real difficult to do an oil change. I did them on the road before, so it's not horrible. Some of the stuff, if I was going to do something, if something needed to be tore down and rebuilt, I'd probably do myself. But man, I don't know. Maybe it'll trigger shit that I don't need in my life. But it sure, man, I sure miss that sound. I love my Honda. Don't get me wrong. That Forza is freaking awesome. But when you look at that, there's just something about a Harley Davidson. I mean, it's part of me. It's part of my life, man. I mean, it's me. So I wouldn't mind. I mean, they're not gonna go down. If I was to buy that 2002 or that last one there and spend under 400 for it. So what did we say? 400 was $12,000. Not horrible. I bet you, if I wanted to get rid of it in a couple of years, probably get the same price for it. I can't see it going anywhere. Maybe lose $1,000 or something. So not a big deal, and get to ride the bike every once in a while. The only problem is I did see. You guys got to check this out. At least the guys with bikes, and if you don't have garage, missing those old stains in the driveway. Yeah, not too much with the newer bikes. My '08 didn't leak that much. My Panhead, if it wasn't dripping a little bit, in fact, I made it drip a little bit. Just so I knew everything was getting lubricated correctly. Love that Panhead. But let me see if I can find this deal here. Let me go to. I don't know if it'll come up on here or not. Oh, I was going to show you guys this too. Anybody see this? Are we still on? Are you guys still on the? Yeah, let me pull that up. See this here? You got anybody want that? That information. Because I'm looking for something else. What it is? Oh, where's that? What it is? International plan 65 plus from $684 a year by a European company. Could be a gigantic scam. Have no idea. But when you do click on it, let's see. No, it's giving me something else. It started. There's James. Oh, it already sent me back medical insurance. I might check into that because it's got here age 55, 65, 75, and 85, ages up to 100 years old. Travelers, local people by a European insurance company. See more. Let's see. Okay. Starts from 506 a year at 55, 684 at 65, 121 a month for 75, and 189 a month for 85. What it covers, I don't know. Inpatient and outpatient, all hospitals, including Bangkok Hospital Group. No limited stay abroad, covers motorbike accidents. Monthly payment, no commission, fast assistance. So if you guys, I don't know how you would get a hold of that. Does it give a number or something? I mean, that we pretty much have talked about pretty much repeatedly, right? About not being able to or having a hard time getting insurance if you're 65 and up. To 70, it's almost impossible. So I saw this the other day, and I made a copy of it. Since quick leaking oil times time to add more. Yeah, I mean, let's see, don't believe any. Yeah, I agree, but I mean, it might be something to definitely at least do a little bit of due diligence and see if there's like a real person, anybody else that has this insurance. It might be worth checking into because and I agree with you, Logan, but there's nothing here for that. Let me see if I can find this damn thing. I'm probably not going to be able to. And what did I do when I went on? Let me see. Maybe here. Maybe. Let's see if it's a frickin' module. Here it is. Can you guys see? Turn the music off. Sorry about that, guys. But I mean, this is pretty cool. I'm thinking about getting one for the Forza, and if I was to get it, I don't have any clue on how much they are. But I mean, look at that one's got a back box on it and everything, and fits in there. They can't be a lot. That one doesn't have a back box on it, but it looks like a Harley. And that one looks more like a sports bike deal with a big back box. I have a problem with the frickin' cats. I bought these covers that I've got that are absolutely awesome covers, and the cats get up. We had those 6 kittens. Now they decided they're going to play on the top of the frickin' cover and rip the cover to hell. So did you guys see Did you guys see that or no? Or no one cares about a little cubicle deal like that. About 10 to 15 legit insurance companies in the world. The rest are trying to keep up, even if they're good-natured. Businesses may fold at any time. It's true, but I mean, if they told me, like, let's say I'm 65 years old and it was what, $700 a year. I mean, as a backup thing, it might be worth even just getting that, just for the hell of it. Especially if you can't get anything. But I know that there's got to be. Who was it? Was it you, Daz, that was talking about the traveling insurance? I still got to check into that and whether I should keep my. I probably will for the $200, $300 a month. I'll probably keep my Social Security. But it probably would be a bad idea for me to get to have some kind of an extra deal anyway. My Honda Beat. Did you see that cover thing, Jack? What did you think? Anybody see that deal? I think I would like a teardrop trailer. My lower back may disagree. There's one for sale here in Thailand. You want to see it? Only one. I've only found one. In fact, let's see. That would be on Marketplace. Let me take this off. Let me move that. Let me put in teardrop trailer, and let's see if it's still here. It's not out there anymore. Huh? Maybe the guy finally sold it. This isn't a bad little deal here either. Huh. I'll have to come back and check that out. Well, it looks like, let's see, turned out. Huh, no, it's gone. It was 100, he wanted 200,000 for it, I think, Logan. And I think he offered it to me for 150 one time. Guy was having, it's been there forever, I don't know. Maybe they just took it down. I have 3, you have 3 garages to park here. Yeah, I got 0. That's the one, where are you at, Jack? But I thought that was, I thought that this thing was pretty cool. I thought that was. Let's see. Can I make that go again? Yeah. Oh, what did I do? Clearance. Oh, they're there. 40. Okay, wait. Can you guys see that? Buys. Collect online. That. Free shipping. Yeah, how can it only be 1,000 baht? I don't know. I'll have to check into that a little bit, but I don't know. I thought that's definitely a full size bike there, and that would do it. Like I said, the cover's just getting ripped. Brisbane, Australia. Yeah, back home I've got I got a 30 by 60 by 18 garage plus two-car garages down below. Well, I used to. I don't anymore. But here, I thought, because I don't know, man. Like I'd still like to get the place next door, the property around me, so that I got a little bit more, property. But I've got room for a couple of those. So if I do get a bagger or something, I'll probably buy 2 of those things if I can get them reasonable enough. Either that or I just don't have the room to build something, and I think I could fit 2 of those somewhere on this property without, running my wife out of her parking underneath the cover. But think it comes free with the new hog? I hope so. A new one now, I don't think I would buy one. I think they're 2 million and something or whatever. That I wouldn't want to spend 50,000 or something on but 11,000, I think I could swing that. I mean, it's something that they could still sell when I croak and get money. So it's either kept in the bank or kept in something I could drive. I'd probably go ahead and push out for the good top of the line insurance. And I don't know what that was another thing I was going to talk to everybody about too. 20,000 for the kicks, unlimited anything. Gets a scratch on it, hail from the skies, run it into a mountain. My fault, their fault, nobody's fault. Insurance, 20,000 a year. I heard Dave. Be perfect. Yeah, it would. And my wife wants I'd like to buy one of the ones next door, And then I'd probably put up a little one bedroom place for mom and dad that they have their own pad, and let them do whatever they want. But I probably would keep a little, maybe put a garage, a simple garage on there, and then let them have the rest of it for growing all their stuff. But train the pool. Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right, Ron. Didn't think about that. Although we've been having a hell of a lot of fun in the pool. Everybody's been enjoying the pool. Um, yeah. How you doing, Paul? I don't know if I said hello to you. Ty friend thinks you look like Hulk Hogan. Me? Yeah, he ran around when we were partying when I was younger over at the Sagebrush Cantina in the San Fernando Valley, kind of real close to Hollywood. And yeah, I ran into him a few times. I don't know what he's doing now, though. I think he's injected too much steroid stuff. I think it kind of affected him. If he's not dead already. I'm horrible at remembering people are dead. Uh, Build a top over the pool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those little capsules would be perfect for right now if they're not way out there in left field. That they want 50,000 or 100,000, a piece for them, which I'm sure they don't. But it looks like it would give a good coverage, mainly to keep the rats here are eating rats, so they're huge. But there are some mice and stuff that the cats get. Keep them out of them. Keep the dogs and the cat. I've had worse with my own freaking animals. The cats are tearing up the deal. The dogs had already tore up a snake went up in there. They ripped the whole front brake system out of the Forza, thinking they were killing the snake. And that cost me, I don't know what they had to replace everything because it's got that ABS and crap on it on the Forza. So I've had bad luck with my own freaking animals, let alone anything else. And keep it out of the sun. Although it'd probably get hotter than hubs of hell. I didn't look and see. It would be nice if it had some kind of a ventilation on it. It's probably gonna get awful humid in there too. So I don't know. Something I have to check into. Hogan's probably doing the same as you, Dave. Just relaxing. Yeah, it could be. Could be. Yeah, he seemed like an all right guy. The women sure liked him. They would run around and make a big deal. I never was a starstruck. I don't know. They were human to me. Put their pants on the same way as I did. More people were interested in me than I was probably interested in them. Um, I don't know. I'll have to look. Like I said, I didn't. It looks like this here. Accident protection. I don't. Clearance motorcycle storage shed. Free shipping. I don't know what. Buy now. Made in the USA. Orders shipped next business day. Free shipping over $39. Money back. You can return the item, refund within 60 days. Shipping worldwide. Express. Limited stock at this price. 9,000 happy customers. Fast refund. Address, they're in Carson, in Torrance. So kind of my old stomping grounds. But what is that for this? I don't. It shows that 615 in stock. It looks like they're all the same. They're all the same size. Maybe some of the smaller ones, but the bigger ones, I don't. It can't be $60. There's no way. So I'm gonna have to check because it's probably some kind of scam. Clearance sale motorcycle stern shed 1,471 bought. There's just no freaking way. So it's probably some sort of scam, but they got to make them in China, right? I mean, if they're making them in Torrance, there's somebody in China making them. That's for sure. But I think it would go over big here because even if you're out in the middle of nowhere, like on short of building something yourself, if you could get something that they just drop like that and you could roll your bike into it, 10 minutes you're done. Probably be a good item to sell. Thailand doesn't do mouse traps or smaller rat traps, only large. Yeah, they've caught three here, um, and Victor snaps over. They've bought they've caught three of them and have barbecued them up and ate them. Even though I'm kind of close to town here, it's all rice fields. Um, so the rat is good, as I guess is what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with the rat. Um, hey Brock, how you doing? What's with me? Hey Outspoken, how are you? If you guys aren't subscribed, let me get my finger in here. Come in. Still don't have the greatest, but the picture still looks okay, right? I'm not getting a notification that I'm not doing good. But if you would, please subscribe to all the channels that come up on this channel, if you wouldn't mind. Um, yeah, they have the. Did you see the ones that they have that are like made out of a 5-gallon bucket that they go up there and they fall in and fills up the bucket? I don't know. My wife used to go on. She loved it. I mean, for such a woman that wanted me to not do any violence and become a better human being. Boy, she loved killing rats and mice, and she wanted that slapping, break their neck deal. She did find some kind of weird freaking. Maybe my wife was sadistic. Those sticky pads that some of these rats that we had in Central California up there in the Sierras, they were a good sized rat, and they'd pull those things around. Yeah, she found great joy in killing the rats and the mice in our home. I don't know if that's good or bad. I look back on it now and maybe it was bad. She was a good woman. Don't get me wrong. Um, but I do want to check into those. If I don't, I mean, if I could get the property next door at a reasonable price and something, and it makes sense, I would build a little, real quick square, maybe a 3 meter by 4 meter like this building here, little workshop, bike storage area, air conditioned, so I go under. Although I might make my room if I got a Harley, or if I got something to redo, a Triumph or something like that to restore, I would do it right in the middle of this room outside that is going to be there. And we have Ubon too, so got to think about Ubon. So Ron John's saying, yes, Hogan lives on the West Coast, Florida, I think. Isn't he different than Ferrigno? Yeah, two different people. Hulk Hogan and Ferrigno was the green Hulk in the series, right? The one with what was his name? I forget the guy's name now. Snap traps. Peanut butter was the best. That's all she used was peanut butter. But yeah, glue board's not as humane. Yeah, she liked she liked hearing the things in the middle of the night. The things would snap. I mean, when she first started killing them, we had dozens of just mice, some rats, but mostly mice. And then she pretty much eradicated all of the. She was better than a freaking cat. Give her some traps, and the woman was. I don't want to say simple-minded, but my wife was. She wasn't. She was just her, man. It was weird. There isn't any other. They broke the mold after they made my noni. They said that's enough. She was a good one, but a weird one. Just put up a what? A sizzler? It's more you mean. What's a sizzler? Is that the one who? Are you going to tell me about the rat that ran across in Sizzler? Is that what? Is that where that's going wrong? Who was it that did that? Somebody said that. I've eaten in the Sizzler and Udon twice with Tim. If you guys haven't watched Tim's new video, I only got to watch the first couple of minutes of it for Sokran thing, but I was laughing my ass off. He rolls out the driveway on a scooter, and the kids right out of his driveway, pretty much they were going back and forth at it. He had a squirt gun, and the kids had pails of water, and it was freaking hilarious. If you get a chance, you should watch it. Let's see. Sorry guys, I'm trying to. John, I've seen Hogan on Clearwater Beach and other pro wrestlers in the same area. Titus O'Neil follows me on another social media platform. Titus is a Florida Gator and a philanthropist here. Okay. Let's see, Jada. It was me and Ron talking about the rat and the Sizzler. Ah, that's right. And I can never say that. You guys say it so good. Pisaluluak. And my wife was asking me the other day where this province was, and I couldn't pronounce it. I couldn't even pronounce it close enough that she could guess it, which usually I can. Okay. That's what I thought, Ron. And I still ate there. I had a good. Their burger was good, and their salad bar was awesome. I'll do it again. I think Meow and Jim are heading back to Udon, and I'll probably make a trip that way. Haven't seen Tim or talked to him pretty much at all in a while, and make it that way. And we went to Sizzler twice that I've met them there, so we'll probably go a third time. Some kind of a ritual, I guess, because I guess they're going back pretty soon. But I think they're gonna. I don't know. God, it looks like they're having so much fun in Pattaya, John Tiem area, man. Hey, Robert, how you doing? Glad you can make it. What are we working on? Well, you got an hour and a half? I'm still rambling. We still got 16 people here. But I still, was there a bunch of people doing live streams this morning? Seems like normally we get more people, up in the 30s anyway. Maybe there was some other live streams going on that I didn't know about. Brock would probably know. Brock's still here too, I think, right, Brock? You're still here in Thailand. I know that we both posted it's been hot here, right close to 40, and it's pretty, man. I jumped on that Forza last night and went and afternoon, and got some gas, and it was like I was thinking about going towards Tat Phenom and spending the night just going over there, say hi to Chuck and Paige, and maybe get something to eat, then come back the next day. Just a one-day turnaround, but maybe think about it twice, but I'll tell you. Of course, breaking in a used but new to me Harley probably wouldn't be. It'd be more. I would probably jump on the Harley and do it in a heartbeat. Although I enjoy the Forza, it's a great ride. But I still want to check out that one. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to get rid of this. In case anybody didn't see this, I'll put this up before I take it down and play it back, just for in case somebody didn't see it. But that was pretty much a full-size deal there. How come I can't? There we go. But looks like full-size. That's definitely a full-size sports bike. So I'm thinking those things are pretty cool. Hey, Joe. Glad you could make it. You did have internet. Bummer. But I thought those things, I'll probably get a couple of those, especially if I buy a bike. We were kind of, see, that's definitely saddlebags, definitely a Harley-styled bike, bagger, and it seemed to fit. So, all right, I'm going to remove that. Go up here. We'll go to, let's see. Let's go to here. Go to here. Go to here. We're looking at this one here. Bring this up again. Just for shits and giggles. Kind of looking at this. There's one 369 in 02. Road King. I like the ape hangers. It all looks like it just fit my big fat rear right on that seat and take it for a ride. So, God, it just the more I look at them, the more I want to do something. There's 525. That's a little out there. Sportsters. Here is a. It didn't really say. What does it say this year is on this? It looked like it was. Doesn't say. Looks like it's definitely injected, right? Isn't that what that sequential or whatever the hell you say it? It's definitely injected. I'm gonna say a 6 maybe or something. Definitely injected bike. And that one's 379. Definitely looked like it was kept inside. I like that. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Kept it right in his office. Looks pretty clean. They say how many was on it, kilometers or miles? Didn't say. So that's that one. See, here's one. That was 460. That's a little bit. I'd want to spend 350 or something. I don't know if I'd spend more than that, but this is pretty nice bike too, an '09. 800. Here's one at 375. This is an '08. This one I checked on. The guy doesn't have a. I think he doesn't have a book on it, but he wants 375. So there definitely had. I don't know if I'd. My old style Bones wants me to think about carbureted. My boy, it sure would be nice to have an injected bike. Is in my good side of my brain, but yeah, I do too. I liked it too. I think it's pretty cool. I might check into it. I don't know. I've been teetering back and forth with it. Like I said, does it really matter? I mean, the money's going to go to the kids in the States, which are already set, and the kids and my wife here. So I could have, 8, 10, 12 million bought in the bank, or I could be, light $500,000 and have 10.5 million bought in the bank and have a Harley. So as long as it's paid for, I mean, like I said, the 11,000 I think is fair price, and I don't think if they sold it in, even if I went 10 years, I bet you they'd sell it for, could possibly have sold it for more, depending on what happens with the price of bikes and what happens here in Thailand. So let's see. I'm still here. Need to do a extension soon. Okay. Oh, that's right. You've been here a while. That's right. Did you come in on what did you do? What did you have? I don't remember what visa you came in on. Because I think you just missed. You came in after they went from 45 days back to 30 on entry, right? I think. All for yeah, I mean, I'm sitting in the bedroom right now with the air conditioner set at 72. It's nice. I'm a little chilled. But boy, if I walked outside, let's see, just for shits and giggles, what is the temperature outside? It says in Sarin 35, 40 40 today and tomorrow. I don't know if you guys can see that. 35, and then it's got 40 for today, tomorrow, 39, 40 again. It's going to be 40 all week. It's going to be hotter than the hubs. That's why I'm having second thoughts on going anywhere. I agree with Ron on this one. I do like that one. I might send that guy a little note. I just saw that one. And in 2002, the only thing that I think that's carbureted would be the only, wouldn't be so much of a drawback to me, but I don't know. Balance is tethering back and forth. I did. I like the Road King. Yeah, they're good. All those bikes, but like I said, I thought they were a lot more money. I thought that you couldn't touch a fairly decent Harley Davidson bagger for under $1 million, and there's a bunch of them. But I don't know how I got that in my pea-sized brain, but it got in there somehow. Let's see. Everybody's saying, oh, you came in on the 30-day, because I know you just missed the 45, I think, if I'm remembering right. Your body tip, maybe it was 39. Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, I need more power. Yeah, 35 now. It's supposed to be 40. So, because it's still early, right? Yeah, it's 10:15. So, and they'll probably be just about getting to the car fairly soon. We'll get back to this. This was fun watching those. You guys gave me something, but that was the one that the guy said he didn't have the book. And like I said, I see here's an '89 cone motor. I had a couple. I had an '89 FXR. Nothing wrong with the motors. 220 on this cone. Nothing the matter with the cone motor. It's going to have a four speed, not a 5 speed. What is it going to have? 89 5 speed, not a 6. It'll have a 5 speed in it, I believe. But I mean, not the the nicest looking, or probably running wise, it's probably fine. 220 seems cheap. Now some of these might be scams too. You never know. So here's what I thought. This is what I thought bikes were going for. A 19 Street Glide, which is a hell of a nice bike. 1.3. So, but nice bike. 114. I don't know if you need that. But I guess more the better, right? Let's see. I was looking at this Dyna too, 355. But I think I'd rather have the bagger. Dyna was. I really like my Dyna there. My Dyna. I might end up keeping that in the States and giving the kid money for it. Of course, the whole thing has been gone. It hasn't run. It's been sitting in the garage. He was supposed to pick it up 3 years ago and didn't. Here's a 93 Electric Glide. Another cone motor. Paperwork. 285. So you could actually, I think I'd the '06 or that first one. It seems like there's enough of them out there. It would be fun. I don't want to get all of a sudden a wild hare and want to run amok, meet up with some boys or something and have some fun. Here's a 95 for 179. An Ultra Glide. Another cone motor, but nothing the matter with them cone motors. I mean, this thing weighs so much anyway. It's not like you're gonna be doing any kind of canyon running and something like that anyway. But nothing wrong with that. I think I'd put another Put an S&S carburetor on it, but other than that, nothing wrong with that. I should go back to the chat. Are you guys still here? Did everybody leave? as I'm looking for motorcycles, everybody's gone. Hey Tony, I've been working late for the last few weeks. Been missing the streams. I'm glad you could make it. Bad food. Hi guys. Been working and I caught up. So I don't know. Maybe do that. Right now, we'll get back to the original thing in case people came in later. Let me see if I can pull up the car. And let me come back here. I'll show you the car. Bought the daughter a car there. The mechanic and my mother and father-in-law are on their way. One owner, the mechanic's wife, it's actually her best friend. They're about 3 hours away. Where, I don't know exactly. But it's 87,000, 2015, 240,000 baht. Perfect first car for the 20-year-old, I think. And everything's supposed to be perfect on it. So we'll see. Brand new tires he just put on. Told him to go through it when he gets it back as far as brakes, struts, shocks, all that kind of stuff. Change all the fluids, do all that. And I think it's a Suzuki Swift, and I think a decent for a 20-year-old. Hell, I'd have been happy to get something like that when I was 20. Let's see. Question: do they have a Pan American motorcycle here? I don't know. I don't know, Joe. To tell you the truth, somebody might know though. Yeah, a lot of people selling cars. That's what my wife was saying. So the middle of it is us looking around, and they probably changed the kilometers. How come it's 10, 12 years old and it's only got 30,000 kilometers? Which makes sense, but you can usually tell when you go up and drive something, or I can anyway, if they've been beat up. But as it turned out, her boss has a 12 Swift that she's had from brand new and has 80,000 kilometers on it and loves it, drives it every day, no problems, never anything wrong with it. And so we talked to the mechanic that actually did the rebuild on the diesel motor in our truck 3 years ago, and he's really good at it. And my wife's best friend, and I want to help you guys. I will. Because last night they came here and I said, I don't want to drive 3 hours there, stay there for an hour or two. I don't want to be gone all day, driving. And he said, well, I'll go, and my mother-in-law and father-in-law want to be part of the getting their granddaughter the car experience. So my wife dropped them off at the bus at 9, I think. And so they'll be back early afternoon sometime, 2, 3 o'clock. And he offered to go and drive it back. So I said I believed him. He said it's a one-owner car. The lady took care of her stuff. She just went and bought a brand new Fortuner. So obviously they're not a broke people. I guess her husband must be a bummer. They just bought it, I don't know, 6 months ago or whatever. He died of cancer. So again, if you can retire, don't go one day later than you need to. Definitely do it. But yeah, so that was with this, Tony. It was like this guy hasn't turned me wrong. He did the truck. He's an excellent mechanic, and he knew the car. Car looks clean. Never been in an accident. So I'm a Goldwing guy. Harley's love the repair shop. They have them here. Let's see if I can go here. Let me see if I can get one. Honda Goldwing. Okay, I'll bring these up just for you, Tony, because let me go back here. Let me get rid of this one. Stop the screen. Share the screen. There we go. God, it's almost like I'm a pro at this. There you go. Okay. 2019, 850,000. Gooing. Let's see. 789. Not a bunch of them, but here's an older one, an 81. 255. Wow, that's a classic. Nostalgia. I rode one of those through Malibu Canyon and got stopped at the exit at the beach. That was after they had the helicopter up. They they used to put the gun on you, or the helicopter used to time it, pull you over when you came out. And God knows how many tickets on that. Here's one, 489. So I'm going to say that's in the range of the Harleys of 2014. Nice looking bike, no doubt. And I think don't these bikes have reverse? I know I had one that had reverse. It wasn't this new, but I think they had reverse. I saw one of the Harleys that I was looking at had reverse. Here's a 12 for $599. This is giving the Honda guys a workout. Here's 420 for 2010. 250 for an 81 again. What this is? What is this? What's an NM4? 750. Huh. Okay. I don't know what that is. Kind of a weird. Is that an ADV? No. That's something else. I don't know what the hell that is. So anyway, I gave Tony a little ride. Someone was just talking about the new Harley Pan America. Yes, at the Bangkok Motor Show. Okay. Yeah, it was Joe. Joe was asking. I don't know. Let's see. Let me go here. Let's see if they have. I don't think they're going to have any for sale already, would they? Harley Pan American. Oh, yeah, Joe. Let's see. All right. So this is Joe's turn. Joe, are you still here? Stop screen. I'm almost like I know what I'm doing. Sort of. That was a little brain fart there, but here we go. Okay. 717. 2022. Thailand Pan American. Is that the bike, Joe? I'm imagining that's the one you're talking about. Harley Davidson. 717. Top model, electric shock. Bucket, tippet. Star 19. Installments. 18,000 a month for 48 months. 16,000. 9,000. So you could get into the thing if you could get installments. I don't think we can, as being Farang. 10,000 down and 16,000 a month. I'm imagining that's what your tires. Another one, 655, Joe. 21. 30,000 kilometers. Getting Joe all excited. 690 for 21, 12,000 kilometers. Looks like it's got pretty much all the bells and whistles on it, doesn't it? I would imagine if you're going to go out and buy something like that, you wouldn't buy the bottom model. But it looks like a lot of them, Joe. Second hand. So I'm imagining they have to have them new. I don't know what they would be new. but it looks like 22s are right around 7, and here's a 22 for 659, and 21s. There's only one 21, 650 and 690, so right around. Here's a 22 with, doesn't say how many. This one doesn't really have any. It's got soft bags on it. It looks like. Nice bike. Can you buy me one of those, Joe? Or is that something? Can I put in the instead of buy me a smoothie? Can I put buy me a Pan American in the in my deal? And Joe will buy me one. Too small for me, Joe. Chubby. Looks like the BMW. Yeah, I'm sure that that's a hell of a bike, but I don't know. I don't know how they ride. I'm imagining they didn't put them together to be a bunch of be a bunch of crap on the off road. I imagine that probably building it up against the standard, and probably the top of the line, what everybody's looking at would be the BMW. So I'm imagining they probably did fashion it after that as far as geometry and stuff like that, because I just can't imagine Harley having their engineers, although I'm sure that they stole a bunch of people from BMW, and this is all in my mind, but that's what I would do. And I'm sure that it's all off of geometry, what the front end's like and what the back, everything is what makes those bikes what they are. Jake left. Take it easy, Jake. I think I'm going to go too. We're creeping up on 2 hours, man. An hour and 57 minutes. I'm going to stretch it to 2 hours. There's still 13 people here. You guys are freaking awesome. I'll keep doing this until there's a giant goose egg up here in the corner where it says people. And thanks, Joe. That'll go to the wife, but thank you. You're the man. Oh, and by the way, she did go over the deal. She'll get it this month. So she only missed 1 month, but she's smiles from ear to ear. Always, Joe. Always. And it's you guys that make that happen. So thank you guys very much. Hey, Scott. Thanks for hanging. You guys are awesome, man. Like I said, it's basically me rambling. I think we have a good time, right? I mean, if I didn't think we were having a good time, I wouldn't do it. I'd be done with it. But I guess what I'll do, and I wanted to kind of wait until 2 hours, but I guess does it really matter? Let me have a drink. That'll stretch it out a little more. If you guys are here in Thailand or any place where it's hotter than the hubs of hell, remember to hydrate. You can and will die from dehydration and not even know it. So usually happens when you're sick and throwing up a lot and you don't want to drink because you don't want to throw up. And anyway, when you're getting rid of fluids or they're taking them out of you in 40 plus Celsius temperatures, do yourself a big gigantic favor and make sure you stay hydrated. So again, I will go over here and I will go over to this and tell you, thanks, Richard. Richard does my intro and outro, or did, and gave it to me as a gift. I appreciate it. Richard's the best. I hope you're doing well, my friend. And if you're watching, I know you've got a bunch of stuff on your table, so I hope everything's working out for you. I will say to everybody, thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed and you're one of the 10 people that are watching, please subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. Have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you live. Thanks, and I'll catch you on the next one.